Wait, so what channel is this going on?
It literally just went live, so that's the first thing people are gonna hear.
Hello, people. Welcome to Anichat General Discussion Episode 4. I'm Sasaki. With me, I have Kiera.
Woo.
And then we have Lucas.
Boo.
And then we have his
I like
guest
that.
star. Can you please introduce yourself, guest star?
Hi.
You're doing great. This is how it usually happens.
Yes, this is actually quite accurate. So, Alex is probably somewhere wanking One Piece. Leo is probably actually doing something relatively important. So let's start off. So, your waifu is trash, Lucas.
Which waifu?
Exactly.
Okay, so what's everybody been watching this season?
Who wants to go first? I mean, I have my library pulled up, so I can, say. But, fine, I'll go first. I've been watching Mobile Suit Gundam, Iron-Blooded Orphans. I just finished Erased. I've been watching Divine Gate and Heavy Object along with Crimson Moon.
Divine Gate. That's the one with the Fuck, I'm getting like two anime mixed up.
Divine Gate is with 6 kids who are color-coded because it's based off a Japanese online card game. It's for mobile, and the anime is essentially adapting the various lores of the characters and making a storyline off of it. Kind of similar to if, any of you have seen it, but Rage of Bahamut, Genesis.
No.
You haven't seen Shingeki no Bahamut?
Oh, wait. Yeah, I have.
Okay, well, it's like that, because Shingeki no Bahamut is a card game anime. It's based off a card game.
No wonder why it sucks.
Really? Because I liked Shingeki no Bahamut.
No. You like trash. You think Asterix is better than Chivalry of a Fountain Knight.
That's because, well, in my opinion, it is. Chivalry of a Failed Knight just didn't do anything for me.
What does Asterix do for you?
It fills that weird hatred I have for, harems, but at the same time, the weird interest in harems. Whereas Asterix...
What interesting factor is there in Asterix?
They are mages with lightsabers. Come on. Don't tell me that doesn't sound cool, because it does.
No, it doesn't. Okay, maybe it does, but I see in the anime...
I like how you're like, it doesn't, but, well, it does, but,
No, the characters suck. And I'm not saying the characters in Chivalry don't suck either. They're still better.
I was about to say, the characters in Chivalry aren't good, though. Okay, do you remember the scene when, the jerky guy who's the first real obstacle for Ikki, shoots the, guy who's holding what's-her-face captive?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, I don't like taking credit for stuff, I had no part in. So he wasn't bragging to the girls. I was like, that's a really good trait for someone who's going to be a main villain for the first part of the series.
Yep.
And then he just gets abandoned. There's nothing happens to him afterwards, after he just wimps out. And I was just like, but I'm not going to mention what happens in that fight, because that fight is grade A shonen BS. I have, that was hardcore. You should be dead. What are you standing and breathing for? BS. That was my least favorite fight in all of that. No, I take that back. When he one-shots you-know-who, that was my least favorite fight. That was my second least favorite fight.
Wait, are you talking about, the final fight?
Yes, the final fight was such a letdown.
It was still more epic than the final fight in Asterix. I'll just say that. The way the anime did it, at least.
At least the fight in Asterix was an actual fight. It wasn't just there's 30 seconds, the theme music is playing, let's go. Wait, what happened? It was literally like that. It was when it's wow, it ended that quickly, I'm disappointed with my life. Like, okay, I'm gonna quote Hulu. This anime was awful, but the marriage at the end made it okay. That was the other comments were, oh my god, I can't believe he proposed. Too bad this anime is crap. Like, oh man.
I've heard way worse things about Asterix though, as I read the comments comparing both the shows.
I didn't read comments during Asterix because I was too busy clicking next episode. But I read the comments during the last episode.
Wait, you binged it?
I binged half of it because I started when it was already at like episode 7. So then, bam, 1 to 7, one day. And then I was like, okay, now I'm going to watch it weekly. And then stuff came up, so I had to watch from like, 9 to 12.
I want to ask an interesting question here. Has everybody seen Hunter X Hunter here?
Yes.
I've read the first volume, and I've seen the first episode.
You should know he doesn't like manga. I mean shonen.
That's a lie, though. That's like a lie, though. Like, the fact that I'm watching, like, 6 shonen right now, like, negates that entire sentence. I don't like certain shonen, is what he meant to say.
Fairy Tail.
Cough, cough. Does anyone actually like Fairy Tail these days? Like, cause, okay, no offense to anyone who does. I'm not saying that you don't exist, because I'm pretty sure you do. But I'm just saying the fan base has been quite chill lately. If there is a fan base still around. Shout out to you, like, 5 people still reading Fairy Tail.
No. There's a large fan base for Fairy Tail. It's just full of all stupid people.
It's full of cancer.
You guys realize that I moderate in, like, a 30,000 plus Fairy Tail community, right? I know how stupid they are. Like,
I saw a poll earlier today putting Natsu against Magera from Dragon Ball Super.
Why, though?
And Natsu was winning.
Because he has friendship.
But that's like, okay, that's like all those fights between Zora and, like, Zoro and Urza. I was about to say Urzo and Zora. But, like, yeah, Zoro and Urza, it's like, nah, I'm pretty sure Zoro can, like, throw a house and then Urza's done. Like...
You think Zoro would solo Urza with a house?
He could probably pick up that house with one hand and beat her to death with it. Like, if we're being real, like, early in One Piece, like, the Alabasta arc, he two-hand lifts up a house while injured, while fighting, and just chucks it. So, like, I'm pretty sure he could pick up one-handed at post-time skip and whack her with a house. Like...
You know what's the funny thing about Urza's Zoro, though?
What?
People ship it.
Yeah, I know.
God.
I find that hilarious.
I'm okay with that.
I don't get why people ship 2 anime characters that aren't in the same universe.
Too.
I mean, at least when they're in the same universe, there's like 1% possibility that it could actually happen.
What are you talking about? This is shonen. Romance doesn't happen. And when it does, it ends up like Naruto.
It's done poorly, like in Naruto, yeah.
Yes. So, like, I'd prefer if it just leaves you questioning, did they get together at the end? Rather than, why are you guys together? Y'all hate each other. Or, he tried to kill you. Or
why are you together? You barely talked throughout the entire series.
Well, the thing about Naruto is that Kishi himself admitted that he doesn't know how to write romance, and that he gets really embarrassed while he's writing romance. So he's just never done it. The only reason why he
did it on Kishimoto.
The only reason why he actually hooked up the characters at the end is because he always wanted Naruto and those characters to have kids.
But that makes no sense, though. Those ships.
You know what's funny though? Is that, like, One Piece was not supposed to be romantic. Do you know what's funny about that? Okay, not that it is romantic, but do you know what's really funny? The first volume and the first chapter are called Romance
It's called
Dawn.
Romance Dawn.
Yes, Romance Dawn.
Actually, there was a one-shot of One Piece before One Piece was a thing. It was called Romance Dawn.
I believe it. There's also a one-shot called Monsters, and that's who that zombie guy who Zoro fought on the zombie island was. Like, so yeah.
I think in certain aspects Fairy Tail has decent romance compared to other shonen. At least when it comes to Geelong, Urza.
I don't know. No.
I didn't care about Fairy Tail Romance because it was like, I don't care about Fairy Tail. Let me rephrase that.
Nobody cares about Fairy Tail.
So like the romance didn't do anything for me, like at all.
You know what's so hypocritical about this whole like chat?
What?
Everybody's like, we don't care about Fairy Tail, but we spent like almost an hour in combination of all our chats talking about Fairy Tail.
And dissing it to the ground, because that's all we do. By that logic, we also care very much about SAO. We care very much about SAO.
If we didn't care about it, we wouldn't be talking about it. That is fact.
It always sneaks in because we always try to compare it to something else to make something else look better. That's what we always end up doing. It's just like it just always sneaks into the conversation. Always sneaks into the conversation because someone's like, you think this is bad, and then someone brings up Fairy Tail or SAO, and they're like, and then the talking about Fairy Tail and SAO starts.
Which would you say is worse, though, SAO or Fairy Tail?
I think the
Fairy Tail,
beginning of I think the beginning of SAO was significantly better than the beginning of Fairy Tail.
I don't know, because there was a point where Fairy Tail was like
good.
Yeah.
I would never. Well, maybe. I like the Gray arc. I like the beginning Gray arc, and then Gray just gets shafted for the rest of Fairy Tail until like significantly later, like years and years of writing later, Gray becomes an irrelevance again. But, like, yeah.
You mean like with Tien? Where he was relevant in Dragon Ball, and they had that one moment against Cell?
Yes.
Which doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but
Well, considering that Goku sent like a 13-year-old kid to go fight Cell, like it's Dragon Ball. Like anyone can fight a main villain for a period of time, like straight up.
Before Frieza. So.
Like
no. He didn't fight Cell. He held him off for like 5 minutes. Just straight up tri-beaming him for
That's more than Jancha's ever done.
But that's like saying that Piccolo held off Frieza by, parrying and blocking and punching. Like, it doesn't count like that. That's still fighting, even if you are stalling.
Like, he was just standing there, like, tri-beam. I mean, it doesn't make sense because he shouldn't have nowhere near the power level to do that.
But don't you understand? This is Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z. Nothing makes sense in Dragon Ball Z.
Well, I thought like the first 2 sagas made sense.
First, like Saiyan and then
Frieza.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Saiyan and Frieza was pretty great, and then it started rinse, washing, and repeating. Like
apparently, the little robot bug that gathered up all the cells wasn't destroyed.
The android thing? Dr. Jiro's bug thing. Yeah, I think it would have been best if it would have ended at Frieza because that's literally where the whole story was leading up to.
That's where I stopped though. Like, as far as I'm concerned, Frieza was the final villain, and Dragon Ball Z ended years ago, years and years and years ago. Though I heard Super is, trying to redeem itself.
No, it isn't. Super is taking Dragon Ball's legacy and fucking it in the ass.
Didn't GT do that with, like, but, like, worse?
GT had Baby, which is slightly okay.
Well, Super has been alright lately, so...
Super has been alright shit.
I think that might be a nostalgia factor playing versus a, this is okay, versus... Oh, this is terrible because it's ruining my childhood image of these characters.
like in the beginning it did suck, but now it's alright.
I like how they're introducing a bunch of new characters from that other universe because they're actually, deciding to do stuff with characters. Like, I think that's okay. I think.
What
that's
else is
cool.
there to do? They're going to fight 20 different versions of the same people.
But like, at least they're not the same names. Like, at least it's not Frieza 2.56789.
Well, here's the thing about that.
Let's have him fight Refrigerator.
Here's the thing about that. They had a good thing going on with Frost because he was basically a Frieza that was
I've already seen it. I've seen the whole Frieza thing. I don't care.
A good guy. He was a Frieza that was good, which was an interesting twist on it. But then they just fuck it up and make him another Frieza.
Exactly.
But didn't they introduce a new Saiyan who can't transform because his race hasn't transformed in years and years and years and years?
Yeah, Kabe.
His name is Kame?
Kabe.
Do you know what's funny? Is that one of my favorite shonen fights is actually from Beyblade G Revolution.
Beyblade.
Kill yourself, please.
Because okay, hold up. I like the concept because Kai, the main rival, right? He goes to fight the main villain, and the first time he gets wrecked. Like his Beyblade's completely destroyed. So is his pride. He's crying.
Gets wrecked by the villain.
No, but hold on. Let me finish. He comes back and he's like, "I'm ready to fight you." So they fight. He beats the main villain. The main villain goes crazy because he's never lost before in his life. He goes back and he trains, crazy, crazy, crazy. Meanwhile, the moment that Kai walks off stage, he passes out and his Beyblade breaks because he pushed way beyond his limits. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Then main villain comes back and is strong enough to fight the main character. And I was just like, I like it when rivals actually do something to the main villain rather than just getting beat down and then having another kid steal their thunder. Because that's basically it.
That's the equivalent of saying the best anime battle is Ash versus Gary.
But I didn't say it was the best anime battle. I said it was one of my favorite shonen fights. I said ironically, that's one of my favorite shonen fights. I didn't say it was the best. Saying something is my favorite does not make it the best, unless you are claiming that everything I like is godly, which maybe it is, according to Lucas apparently, because I just said it was my favorite, and he's assuming it's the best.
Well, no, because you like Asterix, so that can't be the case.
I like how your go-to dish is Asterix, because you got nothing else. Square up. Come on, you gotta find something else. You gotta find something else.
You enjoy Bleach, so...
oh, okay. So, just thousands of pitchfork people come knocking at the door. What did you say about Bleach? That ain't a hit at me.
I don't say anything bad about Bleach, except it sucks, but,
Like I said, that ain't a hit for me. That's a hit for the Bleach fan.
The 200, they're 20 that are left out there.
Yeah, but those 20 are crazy.
Granted, this arc in Bleach has been actually good, so... I can't talk that much shit about it. But anyway, let's move on to a different topic.
So, Heart of the Cards is the most broken anime power in existence. Fight me if you disagree.
We've already established this.
We established it 3 podcasts ago.
Yeah, because we did 2 trashy podcasts to make up for 1 good normal one.
How does that even
count? All I heard was static.
I think he said, how does that, and something along the lines of, how does that, and then blah, 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 blah.
Hold on.
Just
are you
fan?
It sounds like his mic is under something, is what it sounds like.
I thought he was speaking to Mackie and to me.
I learned to make him because I'm a Dragon Ball weeb.
Did everyone here enjoy One Punch Man?
Yes.
Actually,
I enjoy it, but I just hate that everybody's like, oh, let's have Saitama fight Goku.
Okay, the thing I don't like about One Punch Man,
please.
the thing I don't like about One Punch Man is its fan base. I do not like the One Punch Man fan base.
It's funny
I
because
know.
before the anime came out, nobody knew what One Punch Man was.
That's
I
actually a
knew
lie.
what One Punch Man was.
That's actually a lie because it was still hyped even though when it was a manga. Heck, when it was a webcomic, it was still famous because that's why it got an anime. Like, you don't just get an anime when your manga's only like a couple volumes in because you're not famous like with some sort of fan base. No, it got an anime because it was actually quite popular before it even, got it.
SAO started off as a webcomic.
SAO started out as trash. SAO stayed trash. It's just that thing, and you
We
brought
hate
SAO
SAO.
back into the conversation after we literally just discussed earlier about how we mention all this stuff that we say we don't care about, but we actually do. I'm starting to think it's all just Lucas placing subconscious thoughts into our brains so that we all bring it back up.
Well, actually, now we're back on the SAO topic.
Oh my God! See?
That actually gave me
If your next words aren't "Kirito is my waifu," we're gonna have
No, that's funny. That's funny because when I was I forgot what age. I think I was 14. I actually really enjoyed SAO and Kirito.
He was his fucking avatar was Kirito.
Yes.
So with Kyoya, I think Kyoya just has friend choices with bad taste. Shots fired, Kyoya, come in so you can say don't throw shade like that, fam. Waiting, Kyoya. Come on, you know you want to join.
Fam. I was young, alright?
Okay. I watched SAO at 14 and I hated Kirito. So I have no idea what being 14 has to do with it.
I related to Kirito, so...
You related
you were
to
a faggot.
Okay, so hold on, so you hacked all your games and then made your HP regeneration better than everyone else's? You dissed women? You killed your friends because you lied to them.
Yes, actually.
You resulted in the suicide of a guild leader because you didn't save his friend. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
You walked into a girl's blacksmith shop. You asked for her best sword and then break it. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Please jump into the ocean.
Relating to a character doesn't mean you have to go through every single thing that they went through.
I was just listing the stuff that happens at the beginning. I didn't even go into the fact that he woke up all skinny and frail, or that his girlfriend was in a coma, or that his girlfriend was raped in front of him, or that other stuff happened.
She wasn't raped, she was molested. There was a difference.
No, she was raped. There were tentacles going crazy.
That wasn't in front of him, though.
Oh, man.
Honestly, if I was writing SAO, well, I would have did because he
I
ended
would have just thrown it into the trash and said I'm not writing anymore. There's no reviving that. What's done is done.
No, what I believe the author should have done
It's just not write SAO.
is just have Gun Gale and all those games or whatever,
Like,
and have different protagonists for them, but still keep the concept of the death element in it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that way, it should have been a series of games that were happening at the same time. This whole.
I have an idea for an anime though. You die in real life, you die in real life.
That is the best anime that will be ever created.
That's basically a comic I kill.
Didn't the anime suck compared to what the manga did because
Yes.
the anime
It
is
was
non-canon. That's why I refused to watch the anime. I knew something was
It
wrong
was
with it
good in
from
the
just looking
beginning,
at it.
but then it started to drift from the manga.
Yeah.
No, it's not drifting away from the manga that makes it bad.
This is how it ended. They killed Tatsumi.
It's that
They killed everyone.
they killed so many characters that it was too predictable.
What, it became gore porn or something?
Yes.
We know how Fairy Tail when nobody dies and it's
It's like the
Or when they do
opposite.
die, or when they do die, they come back later, young again. Shots fired at you know who.
Actually, about that, she's still old.
What? Oh, is she pulling a Tsunade?
It's more like a. That wasn't her. It was like more of an illusion type thing. I don't want to get into it, but she's still old and crippled and stuff.
Oh, so she's just not. She should just be
I'm
dead.
telling
though.
you guys, Emil is gonna show up on Natsu's ass at one point in the future.
But,
Yeah, we brought back Face, Elsie.
but anyway, you know how there's animes where like the good guys never lose or they never die, whatever.
You mean like Mo Shonen?
And it's like there's no sense of danger in the battles because, well, there's no sense of how do you say? It's too predictable because you already know the good guys are gonna win, nothing bad's gonna happen. A comic I kill is like the opposite. Where it's predictable because you automatically assume everyone is going to die as soon as they get into a battle, and most of the time that's what happens. They basically abuse the concept of death.
Yep.
I don't know. People die in real life all the time, like 3 per second or so.
Text and drive, kids.
So, are we gonna name this episode "You Die in Real Life"? You die in real life.
We should.
People die when they're killed.
Hate reference.
Yes, reference all the Shiro.
That we don't reference fate here.
I will end you.
But that's why I'm so quiet.
I am. Hey, so guys, since we're on Fate, I have Figmas. Like, I have a Saber Alter Figma. Do you guys have Figmas?
No.
I have a lot of Figmas. I have multiple Saber Figmas. I have a Saber figure in my closet that I haven't opened yet.
I have a saber dildo.
Can I
You
have
know,
it?
that doesn't surprise me. Because it always sounds like you have something up your butt. Like, that just doesn't surprise me. So.
Kiyoya said that his rabbit glitched. I mean, not his rabbit. Sorry, that's a different website. His
Yes.
Google Plus glitched.
Lucas actually has a kink for rabbits. He goes on rabbits.com to look for, multiple rabbit mates.
Yes, I actually do. I had a rabbit when I was in like 7th grade. Her name was Cookie. It died by eating other rabbit shit.
I have a feeling that there's significantly more to this story, but I don't want to hear it.
That's basically the sum of what happened. I like how Kara posted Cornhub in the chat.
Ooh,
Oh yeah, I've actually been to Cornhub because
I've been to Cornhub too.
my friend Steven sent me a message and he's like, you gotta check out this site. And it was Cornhub, and like I like how there's like interracial corn. There's popped corn.
Corn. I like how the first thing you do, it says when you go on the website is you feeling corny.
Yeah,
I miss meat
Pretty-
spin.
it's pretty great.
It is great. I forgot to actually post a link to this fucking video, so I'm going to do that right now.
It's
Yeah,
not like
Lucas.
anyone watches our videos anyways. I mean, like,
Because nobody advertises them.
hey man, I share every video we do except for the last 2 trashy ones. Because I'm not sharing that.
I was about to throw mad shade at Kiyoya because he's just like, y'all already do your thing.
Nah, man, I will literally go in and say I will trash every single thing you like on air if you do not join.
Haven't we already done that?
Nah, man, we haven't trashed all of Naruto yet. There's a lot of Naruto.
There's a lot of Naruto to go around and trash.
You're asking for a Civil War, friend.
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
You have it.
But you see the problem with Civil War is even if I die, the comics will bring me back in a couple arcs.
Nah, that's true.
True.
Like,
The movie's getting stopped.
did you know there's a Civil War Part 2 going on with
I don't know
Marvel?
why.
and
isn't it?
Iron
It
Man?
makes no sense.
yeah, it's
the-
Iron Man versus Captain
it's-
Marvel this time.
Yeah, it's not a really good argument to have. It's like significantly less like high stakes, and it's significantly more pointless than the last one.
They want to piggyback, because when you say Civil War now, mostly everyone thinks about Captain America 3, and so I think what they wanted to do was piggyback on that, and now they'll have a comic called Civil War 2.
But you see, there's a problem with that. Like, people only buy like one issue, and then they feel good about themselves and call themselves avid comic readers. So like, they'll pick up the first issue, they'll read it and realize it's trash, and then decide never to read a comic book again.
What's it even about?
Oh, okay. So the argument is: should you kill someone? What should you arrest someone for a crime you know they're going to commit, or should you wait until after they commit it?
That's stupid.
This is stupid argument ever.
Kill them.
It's not as good an argument as the first one.
Okay, the first one.
actually
Fucking
makes sense.
trash arguments between superheroes. Like, I was watching Daredevil, and it's
Hold up. There's your problem right there. You were watching Daredevil.
So I was watching Daredevil, and right now there's a whole thing going on. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but there's a
I
whole
know
thing
the
going on
Punisher just came
with
in.
the Punisher and Daredevil.
But
Who's
you see, the
played by
problem is the
Shane
Punisher argues with like every hero ever. Like, he's fought against the Hulk, Spider-Man, Captain America, Daredevil.
But
It's like,
the argument is basically, should you kill criminals?
The argument is, the
God.
answer is called yes, but it's...
And it's basically the same shit that was done in Batman, the Red Hood.
oh, you mean with Jason Todd and Batsy?
Yes, where he's like,
Yeah.
Different than that, though.
It's the same thing.
it's really not.
Like, okay.
Jason Todd wants
The-
to kill the Joker because he thinks letting criminals live is stupid, which it is. Batman
Like-
is so much of a pussy to do it.
Yeah,
Well,
but
actually-
it's not just one villain or one person. that the
No,
Punisher
but like,
is
no,
killing.
but you don't understand. Like, killing one person could potentially save hundreds of lives, thousands, considering it's the Joker, and he doesn't stop killing people in Gotham, or people outside of Gotham, or people from a different universe, or people from, like, killing Joker, killing Mr. Freeze, killing any of those villains could potentially save lives, right?
No. It's not just that. It's basically when you look at both plots. You have Jason Todd, who's become an anti-hero, who's killing criminals.
Who's also crazy, because he
And
is crazy.
Batman is like, oh no, we can't have that. So I'm going to track this guy down and put him in jail, even though he's not killing anybody who's good. Daredevil is the exact same thing. You have the Punisher
hold
who
on.
wants to kill criminals, and Daredevil's like, oh no, we can't have that. So I'm gonna find you and put you in jail.
Yeah, you would
but
see
you gotta
that would
understand.
be kind of the same, except for the Elektra element that they added to the season 12.
But you gotta understand, every single one of them is doing something illegal in the comic books. It's just Jason Todd. It's just Jason Todd is doing something more illegal. Because, like, Batman can be arrested and charged with assault, obstruction of justice, even though, he's helping out the cops, but getting in their way at the same time, by, doing investigations by himself and, other things. He get put in jail. Actually, any of the vigilantes can get really put in jail. I wouldn't say Superman can, because, when you have giant rock monsters that can destroy the planet, and Superman's fighting them, I'm not going to get mad, though. Like, he's like, yeah, I ain't even mad. Like, our tanks, we could save money on this. Like, just like not send our men out to go get killed by monsters. We just send the alien to go fight that monster for us.
Speaking of Superman, according to most people,
Moment when
man
we're
is-
an anime podcast and we're talking about DC.
Okay, can I just hold? Let me stop you right there, because Warner Brothers owns some anime studios, so we can claim that due to the fact that DC is owned by Warner Brothers and that there are Japanese animators in DC.
I call bull.
This is Anichat, so we could do animated movies as well.
Ooh!
Daredevil is an animated fan.
Loophole.
Daredevil's worse than the animated Marvel works, though.
No, it's not.
Have you seen the cartoons? Because, like, not the movies, because the movies are pretty trash.
Superhero Squad, anyone?
No, please don't remind. That's a parody. I don't count parodies.
Wait, which movies?
Like, I don't like a lot of...
Young Avengers or New Avengers, whatever they were called.
I actually own the Young Avengers, and that's actually a pretty bad movie, but let's just not go there. Like, we have no reason to go there, especially since it's not even based on any comic, really. Like, the only thing that's really based on a comic is that Ultron just kills everybody. The only difference is that in the comics, they went back in time and just stopped Ultron from being made because Ultron just got too OP and no one could stop him, so...
Well, actually, one thing I will say is that the Avengers TV show, the cartoon one, isn't bad.
Which one, though? Like, the new one, or...
The Mightiest Heroes.
Okay, that one wasn't as good as the one that came before it, even though it has a better art style.
Yeah,
I have to look at Netflix.
Neither are bad, though, but when it comes to Marvel animated movies, I've seen, like, a lot of them, and they're just garbage.
It's because Marvel, again, like I said in the past, doesn't know how to adapt their own comics into animated things. Because they try to kidify it. They really try to kidify it. Like, even something like, Punisher, they'll try to kidify so like they can get, more people to watch it. But it's like, in the process, they're also ruining characters. Like, I think it was, Wolverine versus the Hulk. That Deadpool was in there, and I'm just like, you have no reason to have this character in there whatsoever. But that's okay. Or like how Deadpool appeared on the Spider-Man cartoon. Like, really? Come on, guys. Like...
Well, no, that made kind of sense, because they had the whole... In that Spider-Man cartoon, that Spider-Man breaks the fourth wall, and...
Yes.
It would make sense for Deadpool to be in that situation.
Deadpool is a very coarse character, and he's extremely violent, right? And, the only thing that came good from that was, like, the unalive quote. He says, "I'm not killing them, I'm unaliving them."
But he's self-aware that he's on a PG show, so he knows he can't do that. That's the whole point of it.
I'm not really a fan of Deadpool, so of course I wouldn't really like his appearance on the Spider-Man show, but in my opinion, he wasn't necessary to be there. He could have had his own, more mature television series, but,
No one likes Deadpool enough for him to have his own series, though.
Are you kidding? Have you ever been on a comic book forum?
Have you ever been to Comic-Con?
Like, I wasn't saying for kids. Like, there's animated series that aren't for kids, right? Like, you just go watch Adult Swim, come back, and be like, "Oh, fam, I know what you're talking about now." Like,
isn't that, like, the X-Men anime?
I've seen the X-Men anime. It's not... It's meh. It's meh. That's all I can say. I can't say anything other than that. I've also seen the Wolverine anime, and again, it's meh.
There was an anime movie based off The Punisher and Black Widow, and that's actually a pretty good movie.
That's on Netflix, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Yeah, I should probably watch that or get around to it.
I'm pretty sure the only reason why it's good is because it's made by Madhouse.
Yeah. No, but for 2 summers ago, I was watching all the Marvel animated movies, and I was just like, this isn't good.
Do you want to kill yourself?
Like, I felt like, okay, I saw the, Hulk versus... I saw Planet Hulk, which was okay. I saw Hulk versus... Was it Thor?
There's Hulk versus Thor and Hulk versus Wolverine.
Yeah, I saw that double feature. I refuse to watch the CG ones. I refuse. I will not sit there and watch poorly done CGI of characters with poorly done dubbing and poorly done lip matching. Like, I refuse. I absolutely refuse to watch it. So I haven't seen any of the animated ones.
While we're on the superhero topic, I heard that Batman v Superman was actually bad.
I didn't like it.
I don't watch it, although I'm
Depending...
pretty sure it's just people bitching.
Okay, this is what I've heard from hardcore comic book fans like me who read like tons of comic books. I heard it was really great, but the problem was, I haven't seen it myself, but the problem was there was too many plot points because it was setting up so many things. That was, I heard, what the problem was.
I heard it was just boring. That the action doesn't pick up until like the end.
The movie did not need to be 2 hours and 30 minutes long. It was ridiculous.
But that's like saying any of the action movies didn't need to be that long, whereas some needed to be longer, some didn't need to be as long. I think
if that's the criticism, they should have done like the Ben Affleck Batman movies first, like on Marvel.
Yeah, I feel like they should have done his movie first because everyone's talking about Batman. That was like the one thing that people loved about the movie.
Okay. Okay, the reason I disagree with that is because we've seen Batman stories so many times in the cinematic
Yes.
world. Like,
But he's so
we have
much
seen
different
it.
in this one, though.
We have seen. Wait, do you mean with you know who dying and then Batman being 40 something? That's literally just what happens later. Like
No, I know.
later, but we've seen. But like a Batman movie would require that we have his backstory. Batman movie would require that we have young Batman who's relatable. No, what they wanted to do was a different approach. An older, more mature Batman who thinks that someone is actually a danger to humanity, and he's not all that wrong.
What
Right?
And this Batman kills everyone.
what they needed to do is scrap the whole Batman v Superman idea, and just do a proper sequel to Man of Steel 2. To Man of Steel 2, and they could have put little tiny bits of like setting up like the Flash and stuff in that movie,
But if
and then continue with the whole Batman v Superman building on that.
if they
So-
just did a Man of Steel sequel, though, then you'd have people complaining about how, oh, this is supposed to be a Superman sequel, but we have Aquaman and Flash and Wonder Woman and Batman. And
But that's
fine. But
that's how Batman v Superman was introduced too. It was
Yeah, I know,
supposed to
but
be a
that's
Man
all
of Steel
part of it.
sequel, and then they put Batman.
Okay,
in it.
guys, you're forgetting a good part of the title. Dawn of Justice.
yeah, I know. It's
Like
Dawn of
that-
Justice, so people forgive it for it.
Like, this is a setup movie. This is a setup movie. That's what it is. I heard that everyone did their parts well, though. Like, Gal Gadot did good Wonder
She was
Woman.
better Wonder Woman than I thought she would be.
Yeah, I heard Ben Affleck was a good Batman, surprisingly.
Why everyone gotta hate on Ben Affleck, man? That's like hating on what's his face because he did Green Lantern. Like, you can't hate on them because of one bad movie. Like, if it was like 12 bad movies in a row with good other actors, yeah, I could see. But like, come on, one mess up and you're all hating on him for like 10 years. Come on, guys. Come on, guys.
The only person that I heard didn't do good was I forgot his name, but the person who played Lex Luthor.
I actually heard he did better than what people thought he was going to do. Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg, I think.
Yeah.
I heard that people just didn't like his portrayal of Lex Luthor.
Yeah, from critics and friends, they think he was just like too hyper and theatrical type thing.
Have you ever like read like a Lex Luthor comic thing?
Yeah, I know.
He stole 40 cakes. That's canon.
Lex Luthor also built in the New 52. Superman's like, I bet you can't build a jail that not even you can get out of, and Lex Luthor's like, you want to bet? He does it, and guess who gets locked up in that prison? Lex Luthor.
That's so stupid.
It's not stupid because Superman subdued him. He was going to lock Superman inside of it at first, but Superman had the backup of the government, so Lex Luthor went down.
But anyway, I think Jesse Eisenberg could possibly be a good Joker.
I feel like that's what he was low-key playing. Like if you read the comic of Lex Luthor, like there's a part in it where he is like, I have the cure for cancer and I have the cure for AIDS, but like I don't release it. Like I'm waiting to release it until like a rainy day comes and I really need a lot of money type thing. And in this one, he was just like, he showed up and he was trying to be comical and funny and wisecracky, and it just.
Have you seen Smallville? Just a question. Have you seen Smallville? Have you seen that Lex Luthor?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
What do you think of that Lex Luthor?
I liked him. I don't know. I think I preferred him more than the one that was in Batman vs. Superman. At times. There was at times where not at all.
Like, okay, so I just need to put out there that Lex Luthor is actually quite insane. He is. He's a madman who's he's an egomaniac. You guys are fortunate they didn't do the he becomes president of America arc. Oh, God.
Wait, let's address this. He stole 40 cakes. For no reason.
Joker steals playing cards and then leaves them at crime scenes.
No, Lex Luthor stole 40 cakes. Why?
What's wrong with stealing 40 cakes, bro?
Why would you do that, though?
Cake is tasty. Like, if no one's gonna stop you, cake, like, you're really gonna like complain if like you steal cake, you get this cake and you're like, oh man, this is really good, I'm glad I stole it. Like, you don't see someone complaining that they got cake, do you? And if they do, they obviously have serious mental issues that needs to be addressed with like a psychologist immediately. But like, cake is good. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, maybe
are we talking about cake with frosting? Or are we talking about the other kind of cake?
So, should the title for this episode be "You Die in Comic Books, You Die in Real Life"?
I think that might be better. How much time have we spent talking about comic books?
We spent at least like 20 minutes. I think we should move back to anime because I'm pretty sure we've just murdered any audience we had.
You know what's gonna low-key happen in the comic?
Like Marvel, like I'd make a couple comments or something, but like
what's gonna happen is
a movie that came out today and I haven't seen yet.
What's gonna happen is someone's gonna comment in the comments, Goku beats Superman, and then everyone's gonna blow up. That's what's gonna happen in the comments.
People need to let that go.
Plan.
Let it go, let it go.
Please don't bring Disney into this after they bought Marvel. Like.
Anyway, let's move back to anime because that's what this is about.
So, yeah.
Anybody excited for D Gray Man coming back?
Didn't we address this the last, like, 5 calls? Like,
Did we? I don't remember.
Like, we have.
Why don't you give your opinion then in one sentence?
Yes.
Okay then.
Like,
yeah, don't gotta be an asshole about it. God.
Lucas, I don't want to hear that from you. I really don't want to hear that from you. From you.
From you. No, anyway.
Are you gonna break out in song for everything you can think of? Like someone say something random and just hear Lucas break out in song. They should be called "You Die in Real Life, You Die with Years" because Lucas is singing. Like. Please.
That doesn't sound like a good title.
Musical. Lucas the Musical.
High School Musical is the best anime, guys.
High School. I don't know. I think High School Musical 2 topped High School Musical as an anime.
Amen.
No, I think the best anime is.
I actually agree with that, but why are we talking about High School Musical?
Come on, y'all know Teen Beach Movie 2, best anime that
Teen Beach Movie 2.
Oh man. Watch us get sued by Disney for negatively mentioning.
It's not a bad thing to say it's the best anime. I'm just saying.
Oh, Lilo and Stitch had an anime.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
For real?
Yeah, they legit have an anime. Where Lilo grows up and Stitch goes off to hang out with some Asian chick.
There's also an anime of Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Powerpuff Girls Z.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's panty shots in that one.
It is, and it makes me uncomfortable because it's like we were watching these, like they were toddlers in the cartoon, right?
But you gotta understand, like, so many years have passed since then, and it's okay to show middle school girls panties.
I'm sorry, but they can't. Like, I can't. No.
Hatsu.
You'll be complaining when they show it in with Wendy in Fairy Tail.
Ooh. Do you know what's great about this? Is that I'm gonna quote Naotsugu from Log Horizon. He's like, there's only 2 types of men: closet perverts and open perverts who admit that they love women's panties and boobs. And closet perverts are moody and mean and complain about when people talk about stuff, but secretly they go home and love it too.
So Alex closet pervert.
I'm open.
Naotsugu is great.
Yeah, you're very open, Lucas. We know. Like a couple weeks ago, your top waifu list.
I've posted my top waifu list. That doesn't mean like no.
That doesn't mean you're a pervert.
Now, if he posted all his waifus naked from different fan art sites, then that might,
Talking about them wide hips.
Oh yeah, okay. Lucas is pretty judgmental when it comes to rating anime women. It appears because like you send a picture and he's like marking off points. She ain't got no hips. She ain't got no boobs.
She ain't got no hips.
I could probably find the screenshot if I scroll up in the chat far enough. In the other chat, that is. Like,
I don't know why everybody's acting like I'm superficial, where the first thing anybody says when they see a girl on the screen is, "Oh, she's hot."
But that isn't the first thing I say, though. I say, I wonder if she's going to be a jerk or not. That's probably what pops into my head first, or I already don't like her.
She ain't got no hips. She ain't got no
and like the first thing I hear whenever I see like a casting is people saying that, oh, the characters need to be attractive.
Really? Because when Gal Gadot was first cast as Wonder Woman, the first thing I heard was, she doesn't look like she's going to be Wonder Woman. I don't know about that, fam. I think they should find a better actor who looks like Wonder Woman, not this twig. It's mainly usually when it's like, adapting a character from a novel. It's like, they don't look like them, not they need to be more attractive. Or sometimes it is they're too attractive because they're playing an idiot dork who looks ugly that no one's attracted to in the book or whatever.
I feel like you're referring to Spider-Man.
Okay, maybe that was subconscious, but consciously I wasn't doing that. But yeah.
Which reminds me of like an honest trailer of like the Spider-Man, the first Amazing Spider-Man, where they say that they give a list of like all the great things about the Spider-Man, Peter Parker. Like he's attractive, he can skateboard and stuff like that. He's likable, and then they top it off with the fact that he's a loser. So it's like, despite that there's so many good things about him in that movie, he's still a loser somehow.
Yes.
That's the problem with the Amazing Spider-Man reboot films, which got, the axe after the second one.
But no.
Okay.
He played a good Spider-Man, but he didn't play a great Peter Parker.
That's like the arguments for a lot of superheroes with their secret identity versus the actual hero. Like, I think more people look for the hero rather than the other one. Or some people say that, Christopher Nolan Batmans were like, Christian Bale was a good Bruce Wayne, or he was a good Batman, but he wasn't a good the other one. I've heard it both ways. I really don't care either way. But
the thing about that is I don't care that they made Peter Parker like how do you say, attractive and everything, or whatever you want to say.
How is it hard to say attractive, though? Okay, hold up, Kira, it's okay for people to know whether someone's attractive or not. It's not okay. Well, actually, no, I take that back. It's okay to know whether someone's attractive. It's just depending on whether you're attracted to them determines, whatever you're about to say later. Like, it's fine that he knows that the guy's attractive. Like, if he didn't,
let's pull up a picture of Andrew Garfield. He has the hips.
Okay.
Lucas is.
Okay. So when my mom saw Andrew Garfield, her face was like, "Ew, what's wrong with him?" And I quote, like, she's like, "Did something happen to his face?" Like, she really doesn't like Andrew Garfield.
That was great. Ew, what's wrong with him?
Moving on. People got mad at that movie because how they saw Peter Parker as like this dorky guy with glasses and like a generic nerd.
Okay, he's an above average looking nerd who gets a hot chick because he is Spider-Man. Like that's essentially how it goes. Like he's supposed to be really dorky. He's not supposed to be all that charismatic. Whereas, like, they try to push that in the Spider-Man movies, which is what a lot of people have a problem with. You can't be charismatic and be a total loser at the same time. He can be funny, yeah, but anyone can be funny. Well, almost anyone can be funny.
Except Alex.
Alex is in One Piece, Alex?
Yes.
Is he still in call?
No, he's not.
He left again. This is like 100% accuracy of leaving every call.
Actually, the last 2 calls he even joined.
True.
Neither did Kiyoya, actually. Now that I think about it. That's alright. I'm putting you on the spot, boy. What you gonna do?
Wait, no,
Should
I
we
was
move-
in the last general discussion. But then the
Our
next
trashy
one.
one?
No, you wasn't.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, you were in our
You-
last channel.
You were in the second one. You wasn't in the third one.
Yeah, and you still didn't even join at the beginning, man. Like,
That was when I was sick, wasn't it?
no, the second one, the first one was when you were sick. The second one was a week later when you were like, nah, I'm not going to join. And then you joined halfway when I said, he's waiting for me to say, Yuma is trash because he is. And then you're like, hold up, fam, you can't just throw shade like that.
What the?
That's literally what happened.
That is exactly what happened. Like,
And now look, this guy got a Super Saiyan Yuma as his profile picture.
It's true.
Ready to
Solo
fuck
your
your
verse.
shit up.
Coming to solo your verse.
you know what's funny is that, like, if Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually, did, to everyone turned, every universe turned into card games, Yugi would solo the entire verse. Because, like, Yugi's the king of games, so if everything turned into a card game, he'd just win because Pharaoh.
If you think
Pharaoh,
about
Pharaoh,
it,
Pharaoh.
I actually saw a video where it was like, it said Goku versus Yami. And then it had Goku and Yami standing across from each other. Goku does a Kamehameha, but the Millennium Puzzle blocks it. And it's like, my Millennium Puzzle blocks all of your assaults. And then he does the Mind Crush and he beats Goku.
You know what should have happened in that video? He should have pulled out 3 Monster Reborns and brought back 3 different villains to fight Goku. It should have been like Super Perfect Cell, Boo, and then like Freezer or something.
And they're all golden.
And they're all obeying Yami because Monster Reborn. That's what should have happened. Or it should have been like Raigeki, and then like Goku gets sent to the graveyard because, it destroys all monsters on the enemy's field. Or like Mirror Force, and then Goku gets hit with the full blast of his own attack and then is destroyed because he's in attack position. Or something stupid.
why are you barking?
Shikaku no Dual Monsters.
Well,
That was really bad. I'm sorry. I'm gonna kill myself now.
earlier when you said that you didn't like Rage of Bahamut, did you mean Undefeated Bahamut Chronicle?
Yes, that's what I meant.
That is not the same thing at all. Holy crap.
Sorry, I got those two mixed up. My bad. It happens.
Like, Undefeated Bahamut Chronicle is like a harem, whereas
Yes, I've seen it.
Shingeki no Bahamut is not at all. Like, it's an action-adventure fantasy with, like, some romance somewhere in there. Somewhere.
Somebody commented on our video and said hola.
Who was it? Read the name.
Hold on, I need to go back.
Hola, me llamo Kiyoya.
Adolfo.
Oh,
I probably
Adolfo?
butchered that.
Donde eres?
Alex, it might be Astolfo.
I remember when Kiyoya had this this girl that he was talking to online, and she was trying to flirt with him, and then I'm like, I want to see her reaction when you discover that she discovers that you're black.
Oh god.
And then he had speaking, because the girl is Spanish, so he spoke Spanish to her. So that's the reason why I said that. And then we're just like I in the girl's voice say, "You're black," and then Chris is like, "See." That was funny.
I remember that.
You had to be there. It was more funny.
It was funnier.
You're black?
Funnier is... Wait, it was more funny. I feel like there's something wrong with saying funnier.
Funny? No,
It was funnier. That's the actual term, though. That's the word you use.
I think I'm getting that confused with funner, because funner isn't actually a word.
It is in my dictionary.
I thought that sentence was gonna end so much different when I heard dick, like at the beginning of the word, like dictionary, like it was just too much emphasis at the beginning. I'm sorry.
Dictionary.
Hey, some people just like to emphasize their dicks.
That's true.
Skylar always emphasizes my dick.
Oh God.
Like I feel like that should be funny, but it's not.
Some of our dicks don't need emphasizing.
You know what just happened? We talked about dicks and the call just died. The call just died. And we didn't even...
Sometimes we just need to take a moment and discuss dicks, man.
D-I-C.
Yeah, it's where I get my my basketballs. I hope I said that right because I think Dick's is a sports store, but I'm not sure.
Dick's Sporting Goods?
Yes.
Yes, it's a
So that joke was used in good context.
That's such a stretch, though.
It is because not everyone might know what Dick's Sporting Goods is. Also, we have to say Sporting Goods at the end because people might get confused.
With
Yeah,
what?
you don't want to be like, I'm going over to Dick's.
But, okay.
Yeah, I'll be home from Dick's. And the word sporting is necessary. You can't just say goods after.
Dick's milk.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Very.
We've done minimal anime talking.
Yeah.
It's pretty sad. We've been talking about everything but anime. We've even
You want to know
talking about
why
things.
this happened? You want to know why this happened? Because you kept bringing up Fairy Tail and SAO.
Damn it, Lucas.
So does this
Even
mean we're
when-
gonna name this episode not Anichat, you die in comics, you die in real life?
Yes. Anichat. When Anichat dies, we all die, or something, maybe.
Please don't turn off.
It's hard to discuss anime honestly because there's no new anime to really talk about that much.
Well, I could talk about Erased, but none of y'all have seen that. So, like, there's the problem right there.
The revelation in Erased was, oh my gosh.
Oh, wait, did you finish it yet?
Huh? Yeah.
Okay.
I heard it was bad.
Dude, it was so good. I was so happy with the ending. Like, it was honestly satisfying.
I was wondering if it was going to be a good ending, and then I was just like, yeah, you ended it right.
Like, there was no better way they could have ended it with what happened till, after episode 10.
Yeah.
Like, they went the right way with the writing, which is why I think it's going to be Anime of the Year. It's still a long way ahead of us, but in my opinion, it's probably going to be Anime of the Year.
Hey man, D. Grayman's coming back, so you know.
Hey man, Beyblade's coming back, okay? Y'all know that's going to be a heavy hitter.
Beyblade?
Just be careful with our predictions.
wait, which anime?
Beyblade. You know what's great about that is Beyblade will be successful, regardless.
Oh yeah, it will.
Like, regardless of what happens, regardless of who trashes it, regardless of who says, this is not as good as the original series, it will still be successful.
Isn't that the same thing with Pokemon?
Same
Pretty
thing with
much.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Too. It'll still be successful. Like, nothing's gonna stop it because of how its fan base is so loyal, even though it talks so much trash. It talks so much trash, but its fan base will always come back.
It's basically the same thing with Yu-Gi-Oh!
That's
the fan-
literally what I said.
The fan
I
base.
thought you was talking about the baby.
The
Fair.
No,
fan
I said it's the same thing with Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, you can go back and watch this and hear the part where I say it's the same thing with Yu-Gi-Oh!
The fan base survived 5Ds, okay? We're loyal.
5Ds ain't even that bad.
Oh,
5Ds isn't bad. He just a
Isn't that
hater.
We're
bad.
surviving Arc V now. Or Arc 5, if that's what you want to call it.
I dropped Yu-Gi-Oh after. I dropped Yu-Gi-Oh in like the middle of Zexal.
To be
I
honest,
dropped
I
Yu-Gi-Oh!
GX,
in
but-
The 8th episode of Zexal because I could not take Yuma. And I
Well,
just couldn't take him. Like,
Some men can't handle what others can, you know?
yeah,
I'm not even gonna lie.
the thing is, I can't handle annoying little boys. Like, I just can't handle it.
Though. He has character development.
All the Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters technically have character development. Like, if you want to go there, they all change in some way or another. All of them. There is points in times where stuff happens to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters and, they have to question whether what they're doing is right. Yes, sending people who are evil to the Shadow Dimension is right. It is, no matter what anyone tells you.
Kinda.
Like, the Shadow Realm.
I'm not even gonna lie when I say this, but when I first saw Yuma, I'm like, I'm not gonna watch this. The main character looks stupid as fuck.
I don't
And
blame
he
you.
still does to me. I'm sorry.
Okay, in my opinion, okay, don't hate on me, but I think he's the worst design of the 5 protagonists.
I do too.
Same.
Like, honestly,
Worse over Yuya with his goggles and tomato head?
okay, Yuya's design, Yuya as a character as a whole looks cooler than Yuma. No offense, but Yuma looks like a scrawny kid who just talks a ton of smack and then gets nothing done at the end of the day with an awful haircut. Like, that's exactly what
I mean,
he
at
looks
least
like
his
to me.
Super Saiyan transformation looks cool.
It's alright. Like, you have to deduct points because it's Yuma. But, like, I just don't think he was as good, well designed as he could have been.
I say the best design probably is Yusei.
Actually,
Or maybe Jaden.
I was gonna say Jaden, mainly because Jaden's hair is actually somewhat possible. Like, because like, his hair is somewhat believable.
His hair looks like a Karibo.
Yes, but at least you can get a Karibo wig. You can't get that spikiness, because that defies gravity. All those other hairs defy gravity. No matter how much hair gel you put in, that's going down. Because it stays up in the rain, it stays up in hurricanes, it stays up on the dual runner with the helmet hair. You take it
Some
off,
of us
it's
can
still the
keep it
same.
up all the time, okay?
Okay, that was good wording. That was good wording. That was really good wording. I'll give you that.
I mean, Yami slash Yuki, I don't think has a bad design, but that hair is ridiculous.
Yes, he definitely chilled out with the hair designs when he designed Jaden. And then he's like, you know what? Do you know what this was about? Crazy hair designs. And then he designed Yusei.
I like how every protagonist's hair is multicolored for some reason.
Hey, at least
Well, it's
Jaden's
two
is
colors.
2 shades of brown. At least it's 2 shades of brown. Actually, okay, let's look at the characters. We have Alexis, Chaz. Like, Chaz's hair was crazy, but Chaz had single-colored hair, right? Like, the side characters can have single-colored hair. The main characters.
It's literally a game of spot the protagonist.
I'll say this right now, Alexis is the best designed girl in Yu-Gi-Oh!
I'd probably agree with that. I think Akiza would be after her. I just don't like. I don't like Taya though. Like, Taya's just annoying. So that probably deducts points from how actually well designed she looks. Like, honestly, actually, all of Yugi's friends are really irritating, except for maybe Bakura. Okay, except for you know who. Like, he's not as annoying because he's actually somewhat relevant. Whereas Joey just sucks. Like, Tristan's useless. Taya's useless part 2.
Yeah, Tristan K will play Duel Monsters.
Like,
That's how trash he is.
Tristan can't even fight regularly, even though that's all he can do. Like,
Yeah, he did knock out Bakura on that one episode.
didn't he knock out a bodyguard he got the drop on, but still struggled, even though he got the drop on him? Like Yugi's friends suck. Yugi needs new group of friends, and Yugi needs a new rival because Seto Kaiba is not going to stop. Yugi needs to understand that Seto Kaiba is going to come for that legacy every time. It's not going to stop. But that's what also makes Seto Kaiba cool, because he's just like...
Yugi boy.
Pegasus is the best villain.
Pegasus is awesome.
You get the fuck out. You don't belong here anymore. You keep leaving and coming back.
I have to keep my 100% streak of living mid-chat.
You didn't even leave mid-chat. You left beginning of chat. But okay, so no, I like Pegasus as a villain. Fight me.
Yeah, Pegasus is a good villain.
I actually liked how Yugi actually had to think of something to beat his opponent other than just saying, I have the heart of the cards. This is the
He
card.
still did that at the end, too.
Yes, but at least he got out of the way.
Let's be honest, the way Yuki won was still bullshit. But yeah,
Yes.
His friends blocked his mind so Pegasus couldn't see it.
that was so like Fairy Tail level shit before Fairy Tail was a thing.
Yes, but the heart of the cards defies all logic in anime. It will create cards on the spot just so Pharaoh can win. It will put cards in Pharaoh's deck that don't even exist so Pharaoh can win. It will create a new deck and replace it mid-duel with Pharaoh's deck so Pharaoh can win.
Wasn't that monster that Yuki used to beat Pegasus a completely new entity?
That was Black Magician of Chaos, and that's a real card.
It is a real card.
Yeah, but was that before the card was made?
A lot of the cards in the anime are before the cards actually made.
Okay.
If you want to go there, most of the cards were actually made before they were actually made, so, you know. And there's, I think there's 600 anime and manga exclusive cards total, because almost everything gets turned into a real card.
There are decks that are anime and manga only.
Well, now the series are just used to promote the card game.
And the card game is complicated as hell now.
Me and Leo play it.
I heard that the card game is nothing like the actual show.
It used to be until fucking Fight These came around.
Well, no, that's actually a lie, because the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh! Had terrible rules. Terrible rules. Until Battle City happened, it had almost no rules at all. First of all, let me get this out of the way. You can't summon a monster face up in defense position. You have to either set it face down defense position or summon it attack face up. That's one of the biggest misconceptions. Also, you can't tribute the same turn you summon.
There are still people in Dueling Network that do that.
Yeah, Dueling Network is trashy though. I hate PvP in Dueling Network.
I have to use it though because I can't afford because I don't have that pro.
Yeah, neither do I. Me and Leo use Dueling Network. If you wanna, we can duel sometime or something.
Okay, sure.
But yeah, no.
While you guys do that, me and Chris we play Pokemon Showdown.
Pretty much.
But like I was gonna say, me and Leo have done a accurate deck version of the Duelist Kingdom deck.
Joey.
And guess what? Okay, even though I lost technically, we didn't go by the rules the way they were supposed to be. So if we did, I would have won as Joey because I was using Joey's deck. And let me just say, even Joey's deck sucks.
I've used it on character deck duels, and it's garbage.
Yes, it is. Joey just sucks. His deck sucks. His accent sucks.
Did he beat Yami one time?
Huh?
I could have sworn he beat Yami at least one time.
In the anime, he beat him in a filler arc, I think. It was implied that he beat him.
Maybe. But that might be but you're also forgetting that Joey's luck is so high that he can make anyone draw the worst cards on the face of the planet. Cards that don't even exist in their decks. What is this trash? I didn't put this in my deck. This is useless. I can't kill this kid with this. Have you seen Joey duels? They are awful. Joey just stalls, and the enemy just can't win because they're not drawing good cards.
Every single time.
Yes.
So Kaiba wrecked him.
because Kaiba can get like 3 blue-eyes white dragons like out on the field first turn, even with the new rules. Even with the new rules. Like, you don't mess with Seto Kaiba unless you're
Good
Yami.
at this game.
I remember when I first saw GX, I thought Chaz was gonna be like the Kaiba of the show. Only to find out that he actually sucks.
Chaz doesn't suck though. He can beat you with Ojamas. Like
His
the
arm
fact
dragons is broken. Chaz's deck is broken.
Chaz's deck is actually really good. He just loses and okay, I think he's beaten and lost to all of the main characters. Like I think he's beaten and lost to all the main characters that are like of the main group.
Zane
really
is more
funny.
like the Kaiba of the series.
Well, Zane just straight up whooped Jaden. It wasn't even funny. It was like, oh, yo, Jaden, you ain't got nothing? Nope. It was just like 0 life points, GG. And Zane just left like 3 turns in.
Didn't Zane fight him again and they got a draw?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Zane lost to Aster Phoenix, which I think was a load of crap, because Aster Phoenix somehow manages to beat everyone with his Destiny Hero deck.
Even though the Destiny heroes are garbage.
Yeah, they're not even all that good. Like, they have
You
meh
try getting
effects.
out malicious out there. In the
Like-
current format.
You can't get out anything in the current format, though. It's one-turn destruction meta. You get out a card, don't expect for it to be on the field next turn. That's how Yu-Gi-Oh! Is right now. Like, nothing stays on the field these days. That's why you gotta...
The rules, I have money.
Nah. You ain't having no money after you screw the rules in the tournament. You getting beat up. Like, you get jumped. You get beaten over the head with a Yu-Gi-Oh! tin. Kicked out of the tournament. Blacklisted. Never to play Yu-Gi-Oh! again. Sent to the Shadow Realm. All sorts of stuff.
Sent to the Shadow Realm.
Could you imagine if this was a Yu-Gi-Oh! World where people were actually sent to the Shadow Realm and wars were solved with duels?
That'd be good.
Do you know how amazing that would be?
That'd be
Like,
I'm going to destroy the world, but before I do, I will challenge you to a children's card game.
It's not even a children's card game at that point. It's an everyone's card game in the anime. It's an everyone's card game in the anime.
I remember when I was watching the Abridged series and they were doing the whole Bonds of Time movie parody, and they were like, because in that movie, there's like the whole world becomes the apocalypse basically.
The world is destroyed by children's card games.
What?
So it's like,
Okay.
I wasn't actually there, but one day someone was playing card games, and then boom, end of the world. That's how loose the movie explained it too.
In 5Ds, they explained it as
That was
synchro
because of the
monsters. But
synchro energy and shit.
yeah, actually, it was the Ender D reactors, which were yes, all the D. Actually, it was the Ender D reactors. They
Yeah, the
responded
D.
to dueling. They responded to
Fucking
dueling, right? And essentially, they worked like nuclear power plants, except they were fed off the powers of synchro monsters. And since everyone was just using synchro monsters, which actually did happen after synchro monsters were introduced, all of them overloaded and blew up, causing a nuclear wasteland.
But let's not forget that they gave that villain the most cliche name you could give a time traveler.
Paradox.
It's not even also, he's not actually a human, he's a cyborg, made of the original guy, with the artificial intelligence of him. Also, that's his codename Paradox, it's not his real name.
I know, but it's still like the most generic name they could have gave him.
At least they didn't name him Doctor Who. Like, they could have, like, come on. But yeah, his deck was legit. Like, he 1v3'd the 3 main protagonists. That's impressive. Like, that's probably, like, the best I think anyone has done against 3 main protagonists.
How does that even work?
What, 3v1 duels?
Yes.
Okay, essentially, they keep the same amount, you essentially switch off every turn who draws. Actually, the anime portrayed it the way you would play it.
Is that a real thing, though? Do people actually do that?
You can, but the problem is you only have 5 monster spaces and 5 in spell and trap card spaces, plus field spell and pendulums, right? There's 3 people, and they want their monsters on the field, and you want your monsters on the field.
Draco
and
sack.
The third person wants their monsters on the field. You're all fighting for field space, whereas the other person can just do whatever the heck they want because they got 10 spaces to do stuff.
Let's discuss Durarara. That's a good anime.
Yes. I'm not current on the new one because I'm waiting for it to get dubbed.
You watch it dub?
Yeah, I watched it dubbed.
I think the dub is more enjoyable too, but I still watch it subbed.
The sub is good, but I think the dub did a really good job picking voice actors.
Yes, because Durara seems it's more fitting to a Western audience anyway, I think.
It's, in my opinion, I think it's fitting to, like, all sorts of audiences, even in Japan, because, like, the stuff they address, it's still, like, you know, niche Japanese things, but it's also, like, stuff in Russia, stuff in America, and all sorts of other things.
Yeah,
I
because
think
people throwing refrigerators and vending machines at each other is totally what's going on in Russia and America.
It actually is. Have you seen Tom and Jerry? Like,
Yeah, Tom and Jerry is a good ass
Because
show.
we
though.
definitely have a headless biker girl running around here in America.
actually, she's, like, Irish, because she's, like, a Doulahan, which is a headless fairy from, like, Ireland.
Yeah.
So like, that doesn't count. She's a foreigner.
There's also, I think it's the main thing about the gangs that make it appealing to a Western audience.
The color gangs, and then the
Yes.
dollars.
Just the gangs in general.
Okay, so I didn't know that, you know, Durara X2 Part 1 and Part 2 had been dubbed, so it's been years since I've watched the original Durara, and I just get on and I'm watching this, and you know, it does the recaps for what's relevant. I'm like, holy crap, I do not remember any of this. Like, because so much stuff, okay, I remember some of the stuff that went down, like, anything that was involving Izaya, Shizuo, and, like, like, Celti, I remembered. And, like, a couple things with Masaomi, but, like, I didn't care about Mikado. I cared about everyone else because everyone else is more interesting than crazy Mikado.
Mikado is the least interesting character in that series.
Yes. Even you know that blue-haired kid, right? His older brother. Even he's more interesting than Mikado.
Mikado doesn't get interesting until like the middle of X2, the second season.
Yes, when he actually starts doing stuff that's like, dude, I thought you were a normal kid. What's going on?
And even then, it takes like so much build up to get to that point.
Yes, and
But
Mikado.
I think all the characters are actually really good.
I would have preferred
twins,
if they
man.
didn't. Oh, the twins, the incestuous Izaya twin. Ah, yeah, the twins. Okay. When I saw the OVA at the end of the first series and they made out, I was like, whoa, wait, what? It caught me off guard entirely. I did not expect that. But that happens in anime, and I learned that since then.
Yeah, Masaomi is G though.
Masaomi is better of the three, in my opinion, of Henri, Mikado, and Masaomi. Like, Masaomi has real motivations. Like, he actually wants to, you know, do stuff. He wanted, you know, save his girlfriend, and now he wants to, you know, make it up to his friends because he's been away, and, like, but, like, Mikado's doing stuff, and he's like, can you stop doing this, Mikado? It's kind of questionable. I'm trying not to say stuff.
Yeah, you don't want to give that much stuff away because it's a really good series, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Although I've heard it compared to Degrassi.
Please don't. Please don't. Actually, I'm making a call. Bye.
Right. That is right.
No.
Oh my god.
No.
Yeah. I'm just got to quiet out of nowhere. I'm waiting for someone to say something, but no, nobody
Have you really
got anything
exhausted all
else.
the topics?
Yeah, I would say what's your opinions on the new big three chapters, but there's only like Bleach, and then nobody really cares about Fairy Tail, so I don't got anything else.
You know how there's gonna be a newer season for Magi,
Yes.
and how it's called Sinban no Boku Ken or whatever the hell it is?
Yes.
There's an OVA, 5 episodes, named the exact same thing.
Yes,
Released.
I've seen them.
And is like the new season gonna be like an expansion of that, or is it just gonna be like restating what was already there? Because like
Both, probably.
it's upsetting.
I like it because I do like Sinbad too, but I wish we get a season 3 already because we have enough content for it.
I think they're waiting for it to end.
That's dumb though because you have the entire you have the what's it called, the arc where they go back in time, not back in time, but the story of Amaturan and stuff, and then you have the whole Haku Ryu War, which is enough chapters to animate.
Exactly. They're gonna need a 4th season to.
And when it comes to the Haku Ryu War, that's like the best arc in manga in my opinion. Shit just gets crazy in that arc. Like especially when Haku Ryu fought Alibaba. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And when he fought his mom, that was cool too.
And when his mom made out with him.
Spoilers, man. No, but when that part where it seemed like Cohen, and spoilers by the way, when it seemed like Cohen and Sinbad was about to fight at the end of the chapter, and then they completely skip over the events of what happened, I was so salty about that.
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted to see Cohen fight Sinbad, but the author's like, nah, son, you ain't ready for that. But yeah, Magi's good. Fuck Kyosuke for not liking it.
It's really good.
Kyosuke, his description of it is a love child of Naruto and Fairy Tail.
I don't see how though. The only comparison you can make with it that has anything to do with Fairy Tail is magic. And even then, the magic abilities are like vastly different.
Yeah.
At least it has magic circles.
Amen. Amen. Well, that's like the 3rd time I've agreed with you on something. This is weird.
Amen. Amen. He had to say it twice.
Bring back the magic circles.
Why don't you just end Fairy Tail? Just end it right now. Fuck it.
Have Zeref kill everyone.
He's probably gonna do, if he does decide to end Fairy Tail, which I don't think he'll do for a long time, he'll probably continue on with that samurai story he was doing. That's what it is, right? A samurai? The one with like the little girl that looks like her. Kyoya.
Hmm?
The little girl that looks like Erza in that one story. That's a samurai story, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he'll probably do that when he's done with Fairy Tail.
I hope so. It had some potential. I'm not like, I don't have high hopes for it that it's going to be like a serious series or anything, but
yeah, one hit with Rave Master, that's all he's never gonna have.
pretty much. And see, like, I'll go back and I'll read Rave Master and I'll be like, dude, you have the writing ability to write some great stuff. Why aren't you doing it?
I honestly think he doesn't care anymore.
It's because him and Kubo be chilling, and Kubo gave him the blood, and he was like, yo, you just gotta chill, hero. Just ride it out, man.
It's like, it's just so frustrating though, because you're reading Rave Master and it's like, ooh. And then you go to Fairy Tail and it's like, dang, fam. All your talent, no.
I also disliked how Haru is like a way better character than Natsu.
That's true.
Very true.
But yeah, I think we've exhausted this.
In modern animation.
We need Yu Yu Hakusho, a modern animation.
Yes.
Yu Hakusho Kai.
Yu Yu Hakusho. But anyway, I think we've exhausted this chat, so I'm probably gonna end in like 5 minutes. No, I'll probably get ended now. Is everybody here?
Yep.
No, I'm not here.
Okay, then we'll just leave you out. Anyway, everybody want to say their goodbyes?
I got silent because all they talked about was trash. Except for maybe like Brave Master and Yu Yu Hakusho, but pretty much everything else is like trash.
Kill yourself, please.
Jump into the ocean, Lucas, and don't come back up.
I'm not a producer.
I said, and don't come back up.
He's actually Atlantean.
Oh, well then just don't come back, period.
But anyway, I guess who wants to do the ending to this? Because I'm too tired.
This has been Trashy Chat. And with us today we have Kiera, also known as Light Yagami. We have Lucas. He's silent because, again, he's tired. You know, putting emphasis on the dick earlier made it hard for him. Kyoya.
Also known as Long Dick Johnson.
Long Dick Johnson.
We have Leo.
Hey.
And then we have Kellen. You didn't hear that,
Sorry, he's wanking One Piece right now. He doesn't.
I was actually going to say that's the sound of him wanking One Piece. And that's everyone.
That's realistic. That sounded like it had some real depth there.
Well, it's the end of our podcast. Please end it.